Okay, this tutorial here, I'm just going to do one example I didn't finish in my last one, which is completing the square. And this is just a simple sample where we have another completing the square example. This would have been the example I didn't get to last time. And here we have our expression. Now, in this example, you're going to end up getting fractions. And I wanted to do one example with fractions in it because sometimes that causes some errors. So what we do is we do the same method. We isolate the x's. So 2x squared minus 5x is equal to negative 4. Okay. Now once I've done that part, I then have to think to myself, I got to divide by 2. Now it's not going to work out evenly like it did last time with this number here. So we're going to have a fraction. So divide everything by 2. Remember last time when we divided it, these two worked out nice. So this becomes x squared minus, this becomes 5 over 2x, and this becomes equaling negative 2. Okay, so we're at this point, we have to complete the square. So we have to take half of this. Well, half of that is just negative 5 over 4, right? Because you put an extra 2 on the bottom. And then we have to square that. So half of that is negative 5 over 4, and then we have to square it. So that's what I'm thinking. And I have to add that to both sides. So x squared minus 5 over 2x. Now I have to square this. So this would be positive 25 over 16 that I'm adding. And then I do the same thing here. And add 25 over 16 here. So if I complete this square here, this becomes x, okay, and I want to take out a negative 5/4 all squared, because that's going to give us the middle term. Half of that's the middle term, and that squared is that term. And if I work this out, this becomes negative 32 over 16 plus 25 over 16. So if I work this out, I get a negative number there, so that's as far as we can go. Let's just make sure I'm still in the field of view there. Yep. So this is still so as soon as we see that this is going to be negative, in my case, 32 plus 25, negative 32 plus 25 is negative 7 over 16. We know that there is no solution set, due to the fact that we have a negative there and we can't take the square root of a negative number. Now if that was positive, we could continue and keep on solving. And that's my example with fractions. So you have to be careful when you get a fraction in there to remember to complete the square. The hint here is usually just if it's a fraction like that, just multiply the bottom by 2 to get that number. And that's usually the number that comes out when you, well, it is the number that comes out when you then take the binomial of it. And don't forget, take half of that, then you square it to get this number. All right, so in our next tutorial, we'll be looking at completing the square, solving more quadratics, but we're going to be using the quadratic formula next time.